Sebastian.
So, how many of you guys really like big, evil, oppressive governments that like take control? One? Okay, well, more or two. More of you should like it because the government already does own you. The government uses technology to control you, is my speech. So in this speech, I'm going to talk about how you control a bunch of people, where technology fits in, and what it means for you. So basically, there are two dystopian future novels that I think really paint a good spectrum of how humanity can be used. And you've got one of them that we've all probably heard of, 1984. It's a dystopian novel, and in it they have things like Room 101, Doublethink, Big Brother. Basically the idea is they break you down, they teach you to be afraid of Big Brother, the guy in charge, and you do whatever they want. And then on this side we have a book I think is a little bit more apropos to the world that we live in called Brave New World. And here's the opposite. People are controlled through what they really like. The government gives you a mandated drug. It's kind of like ecstasy. It's called Soma. Perfunctory sexual relations. You're literally socially obligated to have sex with someone if they come up and ask you for it. Just what the government does is they break down your family structures. They force you to indulge yourself at every opportunity, and then they use your distractedness to do things. So, how do you recognize this in a real world setting? So if you look at fear, basically you have, on both columns, you have the idea of you break down existing systems, you build a new one, and then you enforce it. It's a three-step process. So what are some real world examples? For fear, the way that you break down communities, you have location tracking and data mining. We all know this, that people are watching us everywhere we are, they know where we are. And then we have, to back that up, we have news that is given to us with algorithms, like Facebook. We've all heard this, that Facebook gives us news that reinforces our already set world ideas. According to Guardian 2016, Facebook is actually the largest distributor of news on the planet. Pretty big deal. And then, of course, the enforcement is the government's ability to annihilate you continues to grow. If anyone's ever heard of Boston Dynamics, they make like humanoid battle robots. Their current one is 6.5 feet tall, and has a 4-foot vertical jump, and it can lift 100 pounds. It can kill you. Sorry, but it can. And on pleasure, so how do you break down a community or a population with pleasure? Well, so there's this great book called Bowling Alone, which is just a really big analysis through a bunch of studies of American society, and it's basically just the whole point is that everything's breaking down. People don't go to church, people don't engage in community actions, people don't have after-school activities anymore. Informal social connectedness has declined in American society, I should say, in every way. So how do you enforce this? Drug, sex, and indulgence on the rise. Most children first watch porn by age 11. 70% of men are regular porn watchers. Also, Huffington Post in 2013 said that porn on the internet brings in more capital than Netflix, Twitter, and Amazon combined. It's a lot of porn. And how do you enforce this? It is. It's a lot. How do you enforce this? Well, of course, it's all right here on your phone, anytime you want it, wherever you want it. So, now that we know how it works, how to recognize it, what does it mean for you and your place in the future? Well, you got a couple options. One, you can live in a simulation, which is good. If you've ever seen Vanilla Sky, it's good, I guess. Two, you can freeze yourself, but I don't think that in the future technology is going to be solved. It's probably going to be a lot worse. So my recommendation would be subsistence kelp farming in the middle of the Pacific Ocean. That way, see, the one thing robots hate is water. So as long as you develop a taste for kelp, you'll be okay. So in conclusion, the government wants to control you, and they can using these two methods. The rise of technology is making it a lot easier, and the bottom line is it's all over. So get used to it. And for further research, this is the Boston Dynamics, the robots that I was telling you about. If you get a chance, I don't know if we can show it here, but if you get a chance, just, no, that's fine, just Google Boston Dynamics. The robot is called Handle. It is literally a on wheels, like horse hooves type. It's scary, it's very scary. Google it, I recommend it. Speaking of Google, they own that company, and they own your phone, and they own everything. Anyways, it's over.